Damn, Missy Mari got beat. Damn, Missy Mari got beat.
NBA playoffs starting just about now. It is over, though. We need to really cover this now. Who you think's gonna win? Who you think's gonna win? Huh? I know it's a little late, but I had to do a radio show. So here we go. I think it's gonna be Cavaliers, Golden State. What's at stake? NBA Finals. It's a trophy. Do you want to win all that hard work that you put in? I just know that it's not easy to play basketball. They make it look so easy shooting threes, y'all. You don't want to really go against the best. You just understand it takes so much patience. I don't understand that, but let's not talk about me right now. Even though this is my radio show, let me go now. Alright, this is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, The Young Casper Show. Thank you for joining. I hope that everyone has had a great Easter. I know that I have. I've been able to spend some time with the family, with my girlfriend, and, well, future wife. Put that out there as well. But we're going to talk a little bit of NBA tonight. I am very, very excited about this show because I always love this time of year. It gets closer to my birthday, even though my birthday is kind of far away, but not too far. But we got NBA playoffs, and it was just underway it was really underway yesterday, but we had some really, really great games on today that were just, I only was able to catch a few of them, but when I was watching, they were just so close, back and forth. And the thing about the playoffs, every possession counts. You cannot have, too many turnovers. You cannot let the other team get the momentum. And if you can steal game one in the opponent's home court, that is a big thing. And that's what we have to talk about tonight. We have a few games that were just down to the wire, and the team that was actually the underdog won. So we're going to get into it right away. And who we're going to start with first? Let's see. Let's go with the Bulls. The Bulls and Celtics. Now, this is an upset, but the Bulls are the 8th seed. But I believe that they are a team that can go far and can get to the Eastern Conference Finals to possibly play the Cleveland Cavaliers if they can stay healthy. But I will talk about the Cavaliers later. That's the team that I'm really rooting for. But the Bulls overcame the Celtics 106-102 today. Well, actually, it was yesterday because now we're into Monday because it's 11 a.m. Eastern time. But what I seen was Jimmy Butler definitely went off, and he ended up with 30 points. Wade had 11, and they just barely won. And as I see is Boston had the lead in the first quarter, 28-23. But then Chicago came back in the second quarter and outscored the Boston Celtics 25-18. And then it got a little closer in the third, and then in the fourth, Chicago just surpassed them 32-28 in the points. And Jimmy Butler had 41 minutes. Wade played 34 minutes. And as well as Jimmy Butler putting up 30 points, he also had 9 rebounds and 3 assists. What a great all-star, because he definitely has been putting in a lot of work for the Bulls. He is now the leader of that team, even though Wade came from Miami and joined the Bulls. So for the Chicago Bulls at the 8th seed to beat the number 1 seed, that's a major upset. So we definitely have to watch that series now, because the best out of 7, the first to 4 games wins and moves on. So now we're going to go on to another one that was not so close. The Houston Rockets, which I do not like the Houston Rockets, surpassed the Thunder big time, 118-87. And I was only able to catch the end of it, and it was not pretty. I remember seeing Russell Westbrook just sitting on the bench with the most depressing look on his face. But he did have 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. So the triple-double leader of the league this year did not complete a triple-double. He was 3 shy of a triple-double. And, the other team just didn't come to play. And Oladipo played just about the same amount of time, and he only had 6 points. Victor Oladipo, which played for the Orlando Magic. And the trade that went down for that, I bet that the Thunder wish they had Serge Ibaka still, because they would have been able to maybe make the game a little bit more competitive. But 118-87, Harden had, 37 points, 9 assists. Wow, that's kind of rare. He's kind of a ball hog. And 7 rebounds. And Beverly had 21 points and 10 rebounds. That's kind of odd, because Beverly is a very short guard, and he actually was able to get 10 rebounds. That's pretty impressive. But not too much about that one, because we're not going to cover that one too much more. But Russell Westbrook, the MVP of the league, basically, I think this year, with all the triple-doubles he had, just couldn't get it done. It just goes to show it doesn't matter if you have the best player on your team. You have to have good players around your best player, and they just couldn't get it done. And let's see a little bit more from today. The Warriors surpassed the Portland Trailblazers 121-109, and this is a series that's just going to be, I was watching majority of this game, and it was pretty close in the beginning, but that's how the Warriors wear you out. They keep it close until it's time to turn it up. And the Golden State Warriors had 31 points over 27 points from Portland in the first quarter. And, it was a close game for a majority of the time, but you can see towards the end, the Warriors got it done, which they are the, Western Conference Finals champs from last year. And Kevin Durant, the new member of the Golden State Warriors, had 32 points and 10 rebounds. What a way to get on the boards. And Stephen Curry had 29 points, and it seemed like everybody else was kind of just... Damon Green had 19 and 12 rebounds, so he definitely contributed to the win. And going to the Trailblazers, which they are the 8th seed, McCollum had 41 points, and Lillard had 34. And McCollum definitely put up 8 rebounds as well, which that definitely looks good on his part. because he put up so many points. So at least he contributed in the rebound section as well. So with that being said, on that, moving on to the next series, we had the Washington Wizards 114. This was actually a really close game, and I'm really actually happy that the Wizards surpassed the Atlanta Hawks, because I don't like Dwight Howard because of how he left Orlando, and I can make a whole episode about this dude because he was so loyal to his Orlando Magic and then just left to go to LA, then went to Houston. Now he's in Atlanta thinking that he's going to do something, and he put up 7 points. But, he did get 14 rebounds, but obviously he didn't do anything with those rebounds. So, I'm happy that the Wizards beat the Atlanta Hawks. And that's basically all I have to say about that series. That's kind of a boring one. Some of these, like the first round, I know a lot of NBA fans are probably like the same way as me. It's just the first round. Like, let's get into the second and third and get to the NBA Finals. With that being said, we're moving on. The Utah Jazz, oh man, I don't like this, surpassed the LA Clippers 97-95 in a close game. The Utah Jazz are very underrated. They're kind of like, they remind me of the San Antonio Spurs because they are so fundamental with their game. But the Utah Jazz, Hayward had 19 points, Favors had 15, Joe Johnson had 21. So, but the thing about it, why I don't like this so much, because I like the LA Clippers because they have such a great team on paper, but they never get it done in the playoffs. And I really feel bad for Chris Paul because he's been in the playoffs so many times and has never, I think he's been in the playoffs 29 or 30 times, and he has yet to make it to the NBA Finals. And he had 25 points, 11 assists, which he always contributes and tries to make the players around him so much better, and even 7 rebounds for a guard. That is actually very impressive. And Blake Griffin had 26 points as well to contribute, and that's just about it. Everybody else kind of just didn't come to play. And, Jordan had 10 points and 15 rebounds, but he could have done a little bit more to help them, grab game 1 at home. But it's just the first game, and it's the first series, so, I still have the LA Clippers moving on with that, even though the Jazz are underrated. But, the LA Clippers, they're so talented on paper. They're players, and they just can't get it done, though. Every year, it's the same violin with them. It's so sad because they're a very, very talented team. And with that being said, let's see. The San Antonio Spurs, another blowout, 111-82 to the Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies. And this is one team you really got to watch out for in the West, the San Antonio Spurs, because they're very well coached, great organization. And, Gasol on the Memphis Grizzlies had 32 points, but nobody else came to play, as I can see. And that's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done when, your best player is outperforming all your other players. And the San Antonio Spurs, Leonard had 32 points. Aldridge had 20 points. Even old Tony Parker had 18. I call him old because he's been around so long. And the Spurs get it done once again. Every year they're really talented and they go far. And, I respect that team, but I honestly they're boring to watch. Very boring to watch. And here's another upset. The Milwaukee Bucks Saturday beat the Toronto Raptors 97-83. And that's all I'm going to cover with that one, because that is one of my least